All right, guys, welcome back. The NBA Fantasy Salary Cap edition continues, and I am here for the update of Game Day 5. So as we switch on to Game Day 6, we shall be left with 2 more game days to play. Game Day 6 and Game Day 7 to conclude Game Week 8. So, things are taking a turn. I'm below average on this one, and it's mainly due to Tyrese Maxey, who didn't play. He had a flag on him, but had already used up all my transfers, so I did not make any replacements for Tyrese Maxey in this game week. So hence explains why I'm below average. So my score was 89, 108 was the average score, so I was way below the average. But Johnson pulled through for me with the most points accumulated this game week. George gave me 29 fantasy points, as you can see right there. Tyrese Maxey was supposed to be the third contributor, but he didn't play due to illness, and is expected back 14th, which is this game week, next deadline. So let's hope he will be fit. I'm going to try to push until this whole game week ends, unless otherwise. So yeah, that's how that ended. So jumping into the games now, of course, the first game was, of course, Chicago Bulls taking on Charlotte Hornets, and of course this was a close one, just decided by 3 points. We have the highlights, which I'll get into them, but Josh Giddey leading his way, his Chicago Bulls back to winning ways. And of course, he managed to score a double-double, 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 11 assists, 58 fantasy points in this one. Kobe White as well, right here, dropping 20 in this game, 29 fantasy points right there. Kinopo, I let him go, now he's punishing me. Man, I'm so sorry. It was because of those playing tournament games that threw me off. I thought I would accumulate the most, but I ended up messing up my squad. But it's in the works. I'll see on how to bring him back. Kinopo is a consistent points creator, dropping 33 fantasy points, game points, which is accumulating a total of 56. Nearly a double, 9 assists in the game. But this was a thriller. And then, of course, you see Miles Bridges doing his thing, always there, contributing consistently. 32 points, 48 fantasy points in this one. Brandon Miller returned from his shoulder injury. Now he is also being a bit consistent, trying to get back to his form. 18 points in this one, 40 fantasy points in this one. All right, LaMelo Ball is still out, struggling with the knee, with the ankle injury. So let's pull up the highlights of this one.
Brandon Miller flips it out to Miles, counter the triple. Long rebound, Brandon, 2 for a quarter. The Curry rule, great ones don't miss 2 in a row. Here's the second-year man, Buzelis. Lefty shot out the window.
Ooh, and traffic as well.
Chicago in the throes of a 7-game losing streak. Score the goal and a foul. How about Kobe White? Whips it out to Brandon. Kahn with a rebound. Slides past Gay and finishes with 2 hands.
Well, I'm telling you, look at Kahn right there. Reads that one right off the rim. Fooled Giddey with his eyes. Giddey thinks he's going to run that 3 up. Goes right by him for a 2-hand flush.
So Kahn's got a 3. He's got a dunk, and he's got a pull up in the paint. Josh Giddey off the window and in. Giddey drives to his left. I think Brandon got a piece of it. Miles ahead of the pack. Miles Bridges, his first 2.
Yeah, track right there by Brandon. Uses that long length. Just knock that one away. And then Khan always with his head up sees Bridges.
Trey Jones into the game. Former Duke Blue Devil. Dalen Terry leaves it for Vucevic.
That baseline drive, full score in the paint. You got to keep them on the perimeter.
Collins goes to the scorer's table. Nice pass. Miles now made 6 consecutive shots. Brandon Miller. Musa. Offensive rebound and chin.
Collins hadn't seen a Moose offensive board, threw it right back through.
Trey Jones, a twisting and layup.
Nice layup there by Jones. Had a shot blocked.
Peterson runs out to help Brandon. That's a good shot by Brandon Miller. Yeah, they did.
Who's going to Vegas?
Come out there.
Yeah.
Got Gidable back into the game. Opener at the rim.
Perfect.
Smith, Okoro, Buzelis, and Williams. 5 on the floor for Chicago. Smith, Okoro, Buzelis, and Williams. 5 on the floor for Chicago. Buzelis. That's a pretty move.
Yeah, with this lineup on the floor, Buzelis is going to have room. And Hornets don't have any players that will do this, but a lot of players think they have that star power will come over and challenge the challenge guy.
Well, the corner works for the Hornets. They get a 3 that time down the floor. Patrick Williams turns the corner. Patrick Williams with a nice finish.
Very good off of 2 feet.
It's a bad shot. Give it up. Gave it up. Vucevic had to pay a little bit.
Yeah, that was my next question.
Miles Bridges, string music. Miles with the right hand.
Giddy can't stay with Bridges whenever he catches that ball on the run.
3 for 5 from behind the arc. In his rookie season, he's now made 84 threes in 25 games. Giddy give the assist to Vucevic. KJ Simpson leaves it for Bridges. Ryan Kalkbrenner, 3rd dunk of the night.
Credit Bridges for putting pressure on the rim. That little Kalkbrenner, he's got his 3rd dunk.
45 dunks on the year for Kalkbrenner. And a foul on Kalk as he tries to stay in front of Vucevic. Chicago brings Trey Jones in to run the point. Josh Giddey sits. Bridges with the right hand.
Mouse in the house.
And the Hornets choose to call a timeout. Diabate, Miller, and Salon.
Zone for the guys in white.
Musa. Spoiled at the rim. Smith got a hand on it. Jones, Giddey, Collins, Williams, and Smith. 5 on the floor for Chicago. Collins made one a moment ago. Oh, my goodness. Chicago's in the bonus if the Hornets foul. Collins. He's had a nice 3rd quarter.
Credit Giddey on that one. Threw him open.
Sion. That's a good drive.
How about that little pity pat dribble
Here in this 3rd quarter.
That's a good point. And then what's the one up?
Josh Giddey. It's relentless.
Of the defensive attention, it got Brandon get a look over the top.
Kobe White.
Don't want him to get going.
Miles Bridges back into the game for the Hornets as well. Isaac Okoro on a flag. Okoro. There's no Henry left the shot. Bridges leaves it for KJ. Smith with the block. Okoro racing down the floor.
To attack, gets it blocked, and then that leads to Okoro getting his 9th and 10th point. Sweeps it low, dead leg. Knipple, ladies and gentlemen. Get used to that. Get used to this. Oh, he's good at this game.
Hornets on top by a point. Okoro. My goodness.
Word.
He's got... I don't know why he just didn't hammer that. Sion and a foul!
Jones, and then Sion gets right by before Buzelis can get over to stop it. Just gives up a layup.
1-point lead. Incredible offensive performer, Kobe White.
It's just so quick. It's so good.
Okoro's had a really good 4th quarter.
Doing that.
Left it short. Collins, Johnny on the spot. Giddey lost the handle. Rips it away. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Collins.
Oh, man.
Khan leaves it for
tremendous play.
Collins, a rebound. Finds Jones.
Keeps that ball alive, and there comes the cutting Jones right down the middle. Soft dunk.
Josh Giddey. This guy has got such a unique style of play.
And look at this, a little crossover right there. Tijon doesn't want to step all the way. He's got to commit right now. He knows.
Got to get it in. That'll work.
And one.
A foul! Oh, what a blunder by Chicago!
Please, somebody get open. Look at Bridges. Starts at half court. I mean, that's just total miscommunication right there.
Important free throw for Bridges.
Yeah, and you're going to get the ball back. No need to foul. Play solid D. Cut the driving lanes off.
Giddey.
Oh, my.
Gets it right back. Hornets down 4. Hornets have a timeout if they want to use it. Miles lays it up and in. He got fouled! Collins fouled him!
Punch anything you can to get your team off the snide. I think the players have to respect that. A really big role in getting Chicago this road win.
Hornets do not have a timeout. 0.2 remaining. This is
That bench of
The
Chicago.
clock is not on their side in this one, and of course they ended up losing that one. Charlotte Hornets just ran out of time in this game. So, all right, so they ran out of time in this one. Of course, Chicago managed to take it, winning this game. They played the clock right and, of course, made their points and baskets when it was required. It was a close one, but Chicago ended up winning it. All right, so after that one, we went straight to the Atlanta Hawks game, taking on Detroit Pistons. This clash of the Eastern teams. Of course, Detroit is up top, and they didn't waste time with Atlanta. They managed to easily beat them. 115 to 142. Cade Cunningham dropping 15 points in this one, 40 fantasy points. Then Stuart Isaiah doing his thing, leading the way with 17 points, 32. Nikhil Alexander-Walker on the Atlanta Hawks side dropped 22 points, 24. Jalen Johnson doing his thing as always. He's the player you should have on your team right now. Do anything and everything to get this player in. 19 points, triple-double, 11 rebounds and 12 assists. 60 fantasy points in this game. We have the highlights.
Jalen Duren, who hands to Cade. He'll turn to the paint, fire, and fill it up. You can't stop him in there. Said he missed it, didn't see who it went off. But it went out of bounds. Tobias to the basket. Squashed by Okongwu. Asar Thompson with a drive. Got a block. Got it back and slammed it. How about that?
Let's go back to Asar Thompson making his move inside. He gets blocked by Daniels, one of the best defenders in the game.
Cade and Asar jumping up. Got it around. Cade ends up with it. Cade to the basket for a flush.
Yeah, watch this jump ball. Cade's going to tip it in the direction that the Pistons are going. He sees Krejci coming, so got it to the best three-point shooter out there on the Pistons team.
Thompson in front to Daniels. He throws it up and in. Cade drops it into the paint to JD. Inside for a jam. 5 for JD. Daniels with a drive. Fall away by Ricochet. Asar Thompson backs in, spins and fires. as it falls.
How about that?
Danston drop. Karis LeVert in the ball game for the Pistons. Stu inside uses that strength for a score.
How many dribbles did he get? Look at Stu. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dribbles to make that move.
Paint. He has 5. That's 8 lead changes. Jaden-Ivey to the basket. Missed it, but is slammed through by Ron Holland.
From beyond the free throw line.
So a $10 bet would win you $16 and change. Odds are subject to change, guys.
Recognizing the penetration right now for Atlanta. Here it is.
Daniel for the drive. Top side to Johnson. Johnson sets up Reese-Shea for a score. Scramble inside for the rebound. Comes away to Dyson Daniels, and then they throw it away.
Guess who has it?
Ron Holland, Karis LeVert, and a 3 in 11 minutes. Dyson Daniels and Tucker Okongwu got up. Inside to a driving on Onyeka Okongwu. Crazy to the basket. Nowhere to go, and he threw it away. Cade, nice bounce to Assar. Off the square for a score. It's another assist right there.
2 Atlanta possessions and 2 Atlanta turnovers.
Duncan Robinson from the corner for 3. And Cade or Tobias to the basket. Rises and jams. Eight rebounds and 8 assists. Pistons 79, Hawks 65. Assar to the basket, lays it up, lefty and in.
Oh, he's scoring again these days. Rebound. But he's scoring again, and that's helping the Pistons with Assar Thompson.
Alexander Walker lost it. Inside Dyson Daniels with the find. And scored points in bunches in this league. Unstoppable.
That's right, led the league in scoring 3 years.
JD to the basket. Hawks to Krejci for 3. Misses to Jalen Duren. Jalen with a bounce to Karis LeVert, and a nice give back from Karis, and a dynamite dunk from JD.
Chemistry is a great thing, folks. Chemistry is a great thing, and these guys have it. Certainly had rattle in and out tonight. Quite a few.
Yeah, 6 for 16, and most of them looked pretty good until they weren't. Pistons 96, Atlanta 76. 2:50 left here in the third. Jaden-Ivey from the lane, a step back gun goes, looked good there. We're down to 12 seconds left in the third. Jaden-Ivey in front to Stu. Deeper to Javonte Green, a reverse Glasser goal. And 4 block shots. Isaiah Stewart, nice bounce to Jaden-Ivey, set a screen, and Jaden fired and filled it up. Stu with the basketball, Stu to the basket. Powered that baby up and off the glass and in.
15, 16 feet away and ended up right at the basket on his own dribble.
Reese-Shea with the jumper, yes. Alexander Walker back on top to Jalen Johnson. Alexander Walker had a swipe by Karis LeVert. No looks at inside. Javonte Green lays it in. Ron Holland with good position and the rebound.
The Hawks have stopped moving the ball. They've become a one-on-one team.
On the sideline. This has whipped that ball to Javonte Green, and the corner 3 is through.
Okay. Their starters are done for the night. But these guys that they got out there, you could start with them.
Sure you could.
And they're the guys that are cleaning up right now. That's how deep the Pistons are this year, folks.
Jaden-Ivey from in front. Paul Reed backs in. Ball poked away by Reese-Shea. Newell to the basket for a score. The bank was open there. Little luck on that long gun. Reese-Shea to Keaton Wallace. The bank was open there. Little luck on that long gun. Inside for Paul Reed to dunk. Remember all those lead changes in the first quarter? 13 of them. Hasn't been another one since.
It's all
ESPN on Disney Plus. Turn it on.
All right, so that's how that one ended. Of course, Detroit doing easy work on their opponents, Atlanta Hawks, and beating them in their game. All right, after that, of course, we had the Indiana Pacers taking on Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid finally led the team, scoring 39 points, nearly a double-double, with 9 rebounds, 57 points in this game. Looks like he's back to his ways. Paul George, they kind of took the load off Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey carried the team alone for a very long time, together with Edgecombe, of course. And he's now out ill. So 42 points for Georgia. VJ Edgecombe also doing his thing. I need to bring him back. Same person here, so let him go. 22 points, 42 in this game. VJ Edgecombe. All right, so let's, before we get into the highlights, Pascal Siakam managed to drop 20 points in this game, 32 fantasy points in this very game, which is very, very good. So let's pull up those highlights.
Doing the half-court set, more importantly in the full-court set.
Paul George starting us off from mid-range. There's the former Pacer now. Went 10th overall to Indy back in 2010. Spent 7 seasons with the Pacers and still top 5 in a couple of big categories. We'll get to that later. This is Ethan Thompson.
Don't want to foul shooters. They are also 10th in the league, even without Halliburton in pace. So you got to make sure that you get back on D, eliminate their easy ones.
Lamar tried to drive and kick, but George intercepted it. Dominic Barlow with a dunk. It's Pacers fans. This is Jay Hoff. That one's short. George quickly ahead to VJ Edgecombe.
Sixers looking to push it.
VJ for 3J. Averaging over 4 assists a game, 3rd in steals, over a steal a contest. So great start to his NBA career. This is Jay Hoff, the NC2A champion with Virginia.
And if you're a big guy, refs won't give you a call.
Good ball movement here by the Sixers. VJ for 3J. There's Furphy driving baseline. And another good pickup and finish by Jack.
Will it get to Jared in time?
Sixers 5-10 from 3. This is McConnell from the elbow. Edgecombe. 14 in the first quarter for VJ Edgecombe.
Eats up that empty space.
And again, this is what we saw right at the start of the season, right? Him just being so aggressive, no hesitation. Pascal Siakam, no hesitation for the Pacers. 32-29 Sixers. Final 35 seconds of the first. McConnell gets to that spot.
That shot made it a little tougher.
Sixers dominating the glass so far, though, as McConnell is fouled. I wanted to be a roller rink DJ for a couple of years. Never made that happen. Paul George for 3.
Good ball movement again, spreading the floor.
Rhymes short on the jumper.
Good face block out that time, keeping Andre away.
Good steal from Jared McCain.
The
Pacers another opportunity. Nice ball movement by Indy. Nembhard, count it, and the foul for Andrew Nembhard.
So he embraces the defensive matchup as well as being productive on the offensive end.
It also means he's in really good shape to be able to do that.
Indeed.
Embiid. It happens.
They're human.
We're human. Tied at 49. Just over 4.5 to go in our first half. Embiid fading away off 1 foot. Vintage Joel there. Pacers were very good not too long ago, and the free throw disparity. One of the reasons the Sixers have this lead. Mathurin rising and connecting. 2 to play in our second quarter. Hard screen from Hoff. Mathurin can't take advantage though.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left in the first half.
VJ rising and hitting another 3. His 3rd tonight, making 18 first half points for VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, that'll help your confidence.
Leading all scorers. Hoff looking to answer back for Indy, and he does. That is his 3rd tonight.
one of the things he does well, right? He knocks down shots. They thought they'd missed that with Turner's departure, but Huff can knock down perimeter jump shots.
Embiid keeping him on his toes, but it doesn't matter when Embiid's at the elbow.
Really roar if he would have made that one after the tremendous defensive play to start that exchange.
Nembhard fading away and rattling it in off the window. Yeah, Nembhard, just a few of our Sixers fans at home knew that one, didn't you? Didn't you? This is Andrew Nembhard swishing the three to start the Pacers off in this third quarter, making a see what VJ has here again. No Tyrese Maxey for the first time this season. Tyrese out due to illness. Embiid spinning his way in and make it 21.
Via pass or dribble makes the defense collapse. Shooters will be open.
Well, it was briefly. 9 now for Siakam.
Some zone here from the Pacers.
Embiid, great love. Barlow with the flush.
And good cut through from Paul George.
10-point Sixers lead. Sixers more frustrated than all of us as Mathurin answers right back for the Pacers with how they have performed in third quarters. Our Nick Nurse coaching Siakam and Kyle Lowry to that 2019 NBA championship. Rico Hines, one of our assistants, was on that staff as well. Siakam spinning away for two because the ball was behind him, and then PG turns and hits.
Milton Bradley line, right? More games than Milton Bradley.
So good. Nembhard, that is not good for the Sixers. Sneaking inside, laying it up and in.
The basket too, in the middle of the lane. When you're a defender, you gotta block that pass from going into the middle.
Edwards catch and shoots, around and off. Drummond knocks it out.
Great effort from Andre.
PG for three. Another swat.
90 points through 3 quarters is pretty good.
Siakam hitting the brakes and hitting the elbow jumper. As you mentioned, Sixers doing well, spreading things around here.
Through 3 quarters is pretty good.
Siakam hitting the brakes and hitting the elbow jumper. As you mentioned, Sixers doing well, spreading things around here on offense. This guy with 4 assists. Paul George with 19 points too.
Andre to tap it back to gain another possession.
Yeah, shot just not falling yet for Edwards. As Bradley knocks that one away from George.
Yeah, telegraph pass that Bradley saw coming.
Siakam off the window and in. Grimes rising and connecting on the top of the key three.
That's such a tough shot too.
And he's won 2 in a row for just the second time this season. Again, just 6 and 18 on the year. Siakam heaves it towards the cup and gets the roll. Barlow with 7 on the shot clock. Nicely done. Pacer going to work. George tonight. George directing traffic. Former Pacer going to work. Paul George up and in. 22 tonight for PG. And Rick Carlisle is traffic. Former Pacer going to work. Paul George up and in. 22 tonight for PG. And Rick Carlisle is hot. This is up against Siakam. Shot clock at 4 and 3. Embiid. Why not? Why not for Joel Embiid? Yeah, it's time to cue up that song. A vintage
and the game was cooked. Joel Embiid returns, taking the mantle from Tyrese Maxey. Managed to score 39 points in this game for Joel Embiid. I just hope he's fit and is able to come to continue playing.
Checked all the boxes in that department. He was really, really good tonight.
So was that guy VJ with 14 in the first quarter, 22.
All right, so that's how that one ended, of course, and just a look at Joel's 39 points that he dropped, and of course Paul George contributing so that they do not miss Tyrese Maxey, who is away with illness. All right, so that's how that one ended. Then came the Cavaliers taking on Washington Wizards, and of course Cavaliers managed to beat Washington Wizards. It was a close one, just 4 points separated them. Donovan Mitchell doing his thing for the Cavs, dropping 48 points in this one, 66 fantasy points. Evan Mobley doing the same thing, 23 points, and of course 13 rebounds. 48 fantasy points with a double-double right there for Evan Mobley. Darius Garland doing his thing as well, 18. Ever since he returned from injury, he has not been playing up to pace, but is trying to get back. 39 points, fantasy points right there for Darius Haaland. The other side, once CJ is on fire, the team wins. Then once he's off, they struggle. So he's an on and off kind of type of player, but he's been playing consistently in the past 3 games, 22, 28, and then 27 tonight, and of course got 46 fantasy points there. So let's pull up those highlights for you.
Mitchell, you see Darius Garland in there, so along with DeAndre Hunter, Jalen Tyson, and Evan Mobley.
Already Bub Carrington inserted in the starting lineup and is taking full advantage of just that.
Mitchell inside. Drew, we talked about him being a prolific.
You have to watch him as a two-way player.
There's CJ McCollum. You also talked about how hot he's been in the last couple of games here at home.
A lot of home cooking for CJ. As of late, you saw the last 11 games where he's averaging over 22 points per contest.
Mobley spraying out for
on the defensive end.
Cross-court feed to Mitchell. Mitchell spinning. 2 Wizards waiting for him. Makes the pass to Mobley. Trying to get downhill and gets the layup to go.
That's easy. And
fakes for Will. And then ball to Mitchell. And gets the layup to go down. Ball look down, finds now Bryant in that dunker area. He comes out of it. Finds ball, a 2-man game. TB gets that floater to go down. Mitchell on the pull-up. 3's up, 3's good. I told you he is the #1 3-point shooter in terms of makes. Riley with the assignment on Mitchell. Mitchell step back 3. Rattles in. Look at our Chevy first quarter stats as Washington shot the ball better than the Cavaliers. But it was the Cavaliers ending that first quarter on that run. And 11 points off turnovers.
Out there wrestling, I see you.
Yeah, Andre the Giant listed 7'4", 500 plus pounds.
Think he plays center? Yeah, game too, huh?
I don't know. I know who's got game. That's Carrington for 3. There's an air ball by Mobley, but there's the hustle by Ball. Second chance opportunity. Mobley thought about the pass, going inside, misses, tapped it. Tomlin, bounce pass, swing out. Hunter, another defended.
That's a real OG.
Corner 3 is up and good by Tyson. It's an extended minute at his second double-double of the year against Golden State on Saturday. Good feed by Keyshawn, finding Bagman for the lob. Whisper swinging it around the perimeter. Corner 3, good for Keyshawn, the birthday boy. Ask Kevin Seraphin.
He might be tuning in, Chris.
Watkins, baseline rim rock.
Those misses. And in that first half, 10 offensive rebounds equated to 12 points.
That's because of the in-season tournament. Now we're playing the Cavaliers. And then that's because of the in-season tournament. Now we're playing the Cavaliers. And then Sunday at 3 p.m., we'll take on the Pacers in Indiana. CJ again, dialing 3 for long distance.
I'll tell you what.
Mitchell, back rims. Champagny comes up with it. Justin had those 3 personals in the first quarter. Carrington rattles in one himself. Kenny Atkinson calls time, says we got to talk about it.
And tonight, I mean, he is well on pace of doing just that again, Chris. And it's about being confident, not only in yourself, but your teammates. You're going to have to alleviate that pressure and those double teams by facilitating and making the easy play.
Washington for missing 7 games. I like what I'm seeing from Riley and also Watkins. And this guy just stays hot. Bagley setting the screen for Hunter. Stayed attached. Bags inside, snatches the rim.
Just dead because Jonathan Mitchell tees up another uncontested 3-point shot. Mixing some stops, which is how you create a lead.
Underway here in the fourth quarter.
Well, you look at what the Wizards did as Jonathan Mitchell tees up another uncontested 3-point shot. Mixing some stops, this is how you create a lead.
And the Cavaliers come up with a steal. Porter, Garland, layup, early.
Or trying to do that to them.
Mitchell uncorks another triple, his 6th of the game. Now he has got 32. And a turnover. Porter Jr., 2 hands on the rim. CJ, Jamir inside. Wise choice, kick out to the birthday boy. Eshawn, now at 15.
I like the decision making right now by the rook, Jamir Watkins, finding Keyshawn George being patient.
Porter, tough jumper in the paint.
Oh, yeah.
107-99 Wizards, 9:30 to go, 4th quarter. 115-112 Wizards. Here's Bagley, getting to his strong hand.
Yeah, old school middle jump hook with the left hand.
Bagley's a rebound away from a double-double. Got 15 and 9. Mitchell, back door.
Wow.
Misses. Garland, inside, tough bucket.
I mean, he's making it.
Gets it from Mitchell. His start and stop. Spray out the ball. And knocks down the triple as the Cavs are now trailing by 1. 14 of 51 from 3 tonight. Watkins, offensive rebound. Carrington off the window. Watkins staying attached to Garland. Mitchell, unbelievable. 44 points tonight for Mitchell. A Euro step and finish.
You're forced to strap for a 3-point shot right now.
Cavaliers are just going to allow CJ to Keyshawn, straight on 3. Bagley again. This time he passes it right to Wade, which leads to Mitchell's layup, and that's going to be the game.
Yep, and that was the game. Of course, Donovan Mitchell's threes in the 4th helped them bag this one. And of course, well, you could say Washington dropped the ball because they had the lead towards the end. Their defense and conversion just didn't work for them. So George managed to give me just 29 points, dropping 15 in the game. So that was it. Of course, Cleveland won that one, 130 to 126. All right, after that, of course, came the Utah Jazz taking on Memphis Grizzlies in this one. And of course, Utah Jazz managed to win this one. It was also another close one, just decided by 4 points. And of course, Karl-Anthony George leading the way right there, dropping 39 points in this game with 8 assists and 6 rebounds to go with it. And of course, 67 fantasy points for Karl-Anthony George. Then Laurie Markkanen supporting cast, dropping 26 and 9 rebounds, 45 fantasy points for him right there. Then Kevin Love still got something in the tank. Okay, dropped 20 points. This must be the maximum, the most points he has scored this season. Indeed it is, because the man is an all-timer, rolling back the clock right there, as you can see, with 8 rebounds as well, 33 fantasy points right there. Then Ja Morant returned, but let's first look at Santi Aldama. Aldama scoring a total of 39 fantasy points, dropping 22 in the game and 7 rebounds to go with that. Ja's return is met with a loss, dropping 21 points, a double-double, 10 rebounds, 48 fantasy points. So let me pull up those highlights.
Jaron might have gotten a fingernail on that as Morant to the basket for 2. Up and down last season. This year, marking that turnaround no good. Grizzlies can't secure the rebound. But this year, Keontae George, confident, consistent player, as you see, knocking down that 3 there. The big thing in this game with no Zach Edey is marking in here, steps out and knocks down the 3. Grizzlies got to do a great job.
Markkanen missed the game due to illness.
So you expect the struggles in that situation. But he has been great at such a...
Jazz not a heavy diet of 3-point shooting. Nurkic to the rim for 2.
because of the amount of movement that they have.
Jaren backing down against Filipowski. Hooks and hits again. Kyle Filipowski has no chance against Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, and if they're going to allow Jaren to play one-on-one, Jaren's able with the assist numbers because of the amount of movement that they have.
Jaren backing down against Filipowski. Hooks and hits again. Kyle Filipowski has no chance against Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, and if they're going to allow Jaren to play one-on-one, Jaren's been able to be in his office and comfort zone, then he can find a nice offensive rhythm for the Grizzlies that they are looking for from him.
Markkanen returns to the game. Post up against KCP. Banks it in and for the Jazz. Jaren again against Filipowski. A sidestep three is given up, and Spencer hits from the corner. Assist percentage. Sensabaugh driving against Jaren, and beating shot clock and scores. Violation occurred at the expiration of time. Even if it had been a legal play by Markkanen, it was late. Cam Spencer 3 for 3 from 3. And just like that, it's a 2-point game. KCP on the attack, banks it in, ties the game at 36.
Yeah, and then you put it in the mailbox. Man, Keontae George got away with a push off there. Yeah, you put it in the mailbox, and you realize only some of those things come back to you as George off of the bench.
Clayton turns the corner, tries to get KCP off his feet, can't do it. Shot clock down to 5 for Keontae George. George, step back three, money. 35, it's in play. He's got 25 already. And looking for more, a 5-point. Grizzlies' largest lead of the night, Markkanen for 3. Nails it, Markkanen. Third triple of the game.
Here early in the season.
His career high is 35. It's in play. He's got 25 already. And looking for more, a 5-point possession. Grizzlies 5-3 with a halftime lead. Jazz 3-11 when they trail it in. Spot for Jaren. Great first play out of the locker room. Miranda Jackson behind.
There, it's Markkanen inside, but doesn't get the shot. It's Aldama straight away. Knock that three down with the kick out. Force it in.
Knock away. Durant in space. Wow. Aldama. Oh my God.
With the kick out. Force it in.
Knock away. Durant in space. Wow. Aldama. Oh my God.
The vision by John Morant. Amazing on that break opportunity.
Grizzlies back to a 10-point lead. Grizzlies 13 fast break points tonight.
With the kick out. Force it in.
Knock away. Durant in space. Wow. Aldama. Oh my God.
The vision by John Morant. Amazing on that break opportunity.
Grizzlies back to a 10-point lead. Grizzlies 13 fast break points tonight. Mikhailuk sets up Sensabaugh. His corner three is down. We got Nurkic in the post being guarded by Wells. Nurkic offensive rebound and a second chance score. Morant with a dozen. Kevin Love an elbow jumper. And the Grizzlies on the pickup. Howard. Wells on the move against Sensabaugh. Step back jumper. Yes, sir. Taylor Wells. But delivers to Morant. Morant against George. One-on-one. Morant takes a baseline. Reverses it up and in. Oh, Morant magic. Back in action.
Welcome back, 12. The reverse and finish with the left hand. Get these people out of their seat.
Markkanen with a drive. The hook is in and had a glorious chance that went wanting. Collier overlays. Offensive rebound. Love and the Grizzlies take a timeout.
Because they're doing a good job in transition against this Jazz team. The three from the corner goes down. Landed.
They swing it. Sensabaugh. Collier on the drive and a foul on Cam. Third quarter has been a good quarter for the Grizzlies this year. Kevin Love gives Utah the Mikhailuk finding a three out of the corner. Nurkic offensive rebound.
Well, Bob Hathaway, there was a switch. Had the offensive rebounding advantage. The Grizzlies
out. Cedric Howard back in. Spencer for three. Good again. Camp. Nurkic for two. And the Jazz have gone from 12 down to 10 up without Cedric Howard back in. Spencer for three. Good again. Cam Spencer, his sixth triple of the game in as many tries. And the Grizzlies with a two.
Do it, Cam! 20-point margin. 6 field goals.
And 21 in the game at San Antonio. Ace Bailey responds with a two of his own.
That is his area. Mid-range jump shot is what he loves.
Spencer. They won't let him get free if they can possibly help it. Howard for two.
Unstoppable to the basket. There's good recognition that Keontae George was the defender. Doesn't want to pick up his sixth foul, so he's able to get right to his scoring area and knock it down for Coward.
Approaching the midway point of the fourth quarter. Keontae George, guarded by Spencer. George takes a baseline, fade away, it's in and a foul on Cam Spencer, his fourth. And Keontae George, 32 and a chance for 33.
Knock it down for Coward.
Approaching the midway point of the fourth quarter. Keontae George, guarded by Spencer. George takes the baseline, fade away. Howard for two.
Unstoppable going to the basket. It was good recognition that Keontae George was the defender. Doesn't want to pick up his sixth foul, so he's able to get right to his scoring area and knock it down for Coward.
Approaching the midway point of the fourth quarter. Keontae George, guarded by Spencer.
George was the defender.
Approaching the midway point of the fourth quarter. Keontae George, guarded by Spencer. George takes the baseline, fade away, it's in, and a foul. In this building, Kevin Love turning back the clock, a 20-piece for Kevin Love. Morant spinning, got inside for two.
But there's no shot blocking on the floor, especially with Markkanen.
That resulted in Love threes. Shot clock down to 4. Keontae George got the step, it's up, it's in. And Keontae George has tied his career high with 35.
Allows you to be able to make tough shots like that.
Morant attacking Aldama inside for two. Collier tracking him. Dug at the ball. A wide open Wells three. Yes! Down the well it goes for Jalen Wells. We're tied at 126. Guarded by Wells, now picked up by Morant. George sensing contact. Oh, off back. Ball to backcourt. Howard for three, and that'll do it.
Yep, they ran out of time in that game, as you can see right there. And of course, I'm just switching screens. Yes, and of course, Utah Jazz managed to edge that one. It was a close one, just down to margins. Of course, Kevin Love rolling back the clock, as you saw, dropped 20 points and, of course, helped them win the game, 130 to 126 points. All right, so after that, of course, came the Brooklyn Nets taking on Cooper, Flagg, and Anthony Davis. I told you once AD is fit, these guys are going to win. He's that good. It's the only problem is his consistency and ability to stay fit. Then, of course, Michael Porter Jr. doing his thing as well, scoring 34 points. Wow, 34 points. I really have to come up with some way of bringing this guy in my squad. 34 points, 44 fantasy points in this game for Michael Porter Jr. Then, of course, Danny Wolf. He's on and off. His consistency is what he's lacking. That's the only challenge with him. But maybe once he catches on, he's someone we can consider bringing into our squads. Then AD, the fit AD is the must-have. If you can afford him, build around him. He's that good. He's capable. I trust him. 24 points, a double-double, 14 rebounds for AD, and of course 56 fantasy points. Then the Rookie of the Year, Cooper Flagg, dropping 49 fantasy points, dropping 22 in this game, and 8 assists and 5 rebounds to go along with that. Let me pull up the highlights for you in a second.
Porter Jr. cuts free and slams it down. Beautiful play. The Nets' first basket of the game. Brought to you by Hunter. Washington is first.
You see here, play through the elbow to a flare screen. But backdoor, you have to respect the fact that off of that, you can get into the ISO. Yes, we know Michael Porter's ability to shoot the three, to flare to the three. First, he gives himself up, goes backdoor to get the easy layup first. I love it. That's going to set up everything they want for him to shoot the three-point shot. He chooses to go backdoor early, which I like. There's the foul there. Chance for a 4-point play, but it's first.
And then it opens up this, right?
Absolutely. P.J. Washington on the screen, a second late.
Before he entered the starting lineup, they have been best in the league protecting the basketball since he's become their starting point guard. Claxton, the Euro, and the lay.
See Claxton here with the ball fake first, just try to get AD out of position. And AD was trying his best to get back in front.
Claxton tips it, so does Yegor. Here comes Mann. Ball intercepted by Davis as Mann telegraphed it. Here's Flagg to the rim, pumping it down. Christie to the corner. Nembhard will let it fly. No. Claxton knocks it to Marshall. Another chance here for Christie. He got it. comes in.
Took over, understanding, yes, I'm in danger zone. Shot blocking.
Out. Now gets free and slams it down.
Danny was on the top. Jumper right there. He had the position.
Instead, it's Martin who will slide it in. The rebound, another chance here for Brooklyn.
Zaire wanted some get back.
Yeah, exactly. Tyree, step back. Is good.
Guarding Anthony Davis, first thing he wants to do is try to get to the left to the jump shot on the drop.
Traore speeds in, and it's denied. Christie's block springs the break.
Off the dribble handoff.
Clowney the rebound. Nets a +4 on the glass. Clowney slinks in.
See here, just surveying and finding those arms, forcing Powell to have to put his hands up. Gets the ball off them. Now he's able to be the dictator. He can now punish people by hitting first, knocking them off their line, and get to the basket.
That time, he picks up his second.
Dwight Powell using a page out of
Williams. Little handoff. Williams fades and knocks it down. He's given Dallas some good minutes this season, averaging.
Got his opportunity, and he took advantage of it that year.
Davis has it swiped away by Clowney. Man with Claxton running. Man able to finish.
Let's go.
Lob it in. Davis got hooked. Still finishes. Plus the foul, number 3 on Clowney.
Hands there. You see he's with the push off, but
Ford to the rebound. He had 21 in the first half. Man in a crowd. Clowney connects.
Back on the floor for Brooklyn.
Clowney.
And I should say, I definitely have a few arguments and technicals from the Leon Woods, for sure. We've gone after.
Diego got too tricky with that pass. Flagg lobbing it to Davis. A learning moment there for Gilman. Man gives it back to Gilman. Short. Wolf another board. Danny Wolf gets denied. And it's controlled by Dallas. Wild sequence. Here's Williams, dancing, dishing, marshalling. Nemard finds Powell for the flush. Wolf. Step back 3. You bet. Danny Wolf. Smooth.
Probably one of the harder shots in basketball. Klay Thompson makes that shot look so easy, but wow.
How about Clowney? Wolf stood him up, and Clowney put him down.
Defense there, misses the shot, but gets back.
Michael Porter Jr. told Megan at the half we need to defend in the second half. The Nets have done a much better job on that end. Claxton slices and tosses it in.
Out there looking like
he has 29. Clowney being ridden and doesn't get the whistle. Jordy very upset. Marshall slides in for the lay in the foul.
See, pass ahead. Najee Marshall doing a good job of just slowing down just a touch.
Nets with 6 players in double figures. Slide it in Davis. Davis has had a big second half and a chance for 3 here.
AD's ability to score to some teams, he's valuable, and possibly Dallas could get some pretty darn good pieces because he's very capable of doing things like this.
But meaningful minutes are even better. And
yes.
Here's another game where it's tight, where you get meaningful minutes.
Absolutely. And like I said, here's 6 minutes. This is money time for 1. And in the last 3 minutes, let's see how they use.
Williams guarded by Wolf. Wolf hanging nicely, and Man comes up with a steal. Nets with numbers. Porter the catch, and the lay.
Ooh, good pass. Wow. You know MPJ is your guy that you want to get to. Look off to an easy layup.
Man, probing, dishing. Wolf on the attack. The hook is good. The trickery from Danny Wolf, and it's a 1-point game.
Bring in
your young guy to run your offense as a .5.
Dallas at +20 in the paint. Porter curling, taking. He got it. It's just absurd.
He's feeling in rhythm, and he hunted that shot because he knew not only he could take it, he could make it.
Wolf a great contest on Davis. Williams connects.
To make the pass shorter, MPJ thought it stayed corner because I'm going to swing it to you for a shot as well. So I understand both guys on that one.
Davis dumps it in. A thrilling Friday night in Dallas. It ends with the Mavericks outlasting the Nets. 119-111 the final.
It's on.
All right, so that's how that one ended. Just by 8 points in the end, they managed to win this one. Cooper, Flagg, and AD combining for, I think, over 46 points together. Them combined, doing wonders for Dallas Mavericks. So they won that one, 111-119. Dallas Mavericks beating Brooklyn Nets. Then finally, the final game of the day was Timberwolves, Minnesota taking on Golden State Warriors. And boy, oh boy, was it close. It was the return of Steph Curry, his first game after a while. Managed to get 52 fantasy points, dropping 39 in the game, 5 rebounds and 5 assists to go along with that. So that was also in the books. Jimmy Butler was present as well, dropping 15 points, ever consistent, 36 fantasy points. Julius Randle led the way for Minnesota Timberwolves, dropping 27 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 48 fantasy points. Rudy Gobert was doing his thing in this one, lobs and rebounds, as it should be. I mean, Rudy is a big man, but he never asserts himself in that deep. So there he is. He dropped 24 points and a double-double, 14 rebounds, 49 fantasy points for Rudy Gobert. Dante DiVincenzo doing his thing as well, dropping 21 points, 38. Let's pull up those highlights.
Steph Curry back screen. DiVincenzo, the former Warrior, working with Randle and banking it home. And Julius Randle will be the horse tonight. 23 points a game. Steph an open three. Got it. 2 defenders went with Buddy Hield there. Jaden McDaniels, I mean, 6'9", he does a good job covering Steph. And he's done a good job offensively right to the rim to lay it up and in and draw the foul. McDaniels at 6'9", he can shoot over Steph and gets right to the rim. That's creativity with your footwork. The defender's there, he stops you, and your pivot game opens it up for you. Pat Spencer floater. Shot clock at 2. DiVincenzo nowhere to go. And an air ball and a 24-second violation. They play on because the Warriors have possession. Pat Spencer with Gobert. He could not pull the trigger with Rudy. So Steph hits a 3 instead. I thought Chris Mullin was great on Warrior pregame live. I said, how will the layoff be for Steph? He's like, no problem. He's different. And there's Randle hitting from the corner. Rust doesn't affect Steph like it does the rest of us. Curry on Randle to float it up and in. It's just me and you. You see Naz Reid in the summer, and he still makes me nervous. Randle denied. TJD standing tall. Moses Moody just into the game running the floor. Pat Spencer 3. Yes, sir! He's shooting 44% from deep. Naz Reid on the handle. Naz Reid getting inside and putting it up and in. See, he just tantalized us with the first miss because he doesn't plan on missing against the Warriors again. Butler in on Gobert. They've been to the Western Conference Finals 2 times in a row, so at times they even get bored. And Gobert hammering it down. Shannon with the delivery. Zemsky and GP2 working together. Dillingham little body bump and advantage of his game. Man, Naz Reid is something. The lob! Zemsky to TJD. Dillingham blocked by TJD. Trace with a block of his own. If I gave you 2 Warriors that would be on the deck immediately, Pajemski would be one of them. Jimmy Butler all the way to the rim. See, without Steph Curry in the game now, Jimmy Butler is going to activate. Melton running it back, and he is able to finish. How about a counterattack? Naz Reid catch and shoot three. Cannot give him any airspace. The Warrior killer at 38% on threes. Naz Reid already was 7 off the bench. He's hitting post. Anthony Edwards. Sure, Naz Reid didn't get an open three. Naz Reid is just doing every. Run him off the three. Line it up and in. So he getting some early minutes. Santos made sure Naz Reid didn't get an open three. And Naz Reid is just doing everything. He kills the Warriors. McDaniel staying in front of Steph. Curry got inside and cleverly flipped it up and in. I love Anthony Edwards. I love everything about it. And he feels like he can reach Spencer floating it up and in. Get Randall in the middle. Randall will flip it up and in. He is something. 17 for Randall, 14 for Reid, and 10 for McDaniel. And Spencer looking for post a little space. So he calls his own number and drop it in. His efficiency is insane. McDaniel's nice decel and finish. And once he gets into the body, defenders are leaving their feet. And Randall will flip it up and in. Tough to get any separation in this one. Post three. So Quinn Post started misfiring, but now he's 3 of 8 on threes, and he's got 11. DiVincenzo starting the second half. It's a quick timeout. Stephon Gobert up, in, and in the basket. He really takes his time to cook something up real nice. DiVincenzo hitting the three. Here's another flare screen from Gobert. Quinn Post thought about the trail three. Gets Curry open, feet set, three down. McDaniels is still looking for him, just juked him out of his socks. That's Spencer, corner three. He got it! And a little hang time there from Gobert. Curry, tough step back, and rimmed it in. Of course, shooter's roll for the greatest shooter. I mean, Shannon played really good deep. He deserves that. Play by Moses Moody. He deserves that. As you get Moses Moody. He drops in the jumper, draws the foul on Gobert. Butler right to the rim. He's saying, you are way too small. Dillingham staying with Melton. Anthony getting stubborn and floating it up and in. What a nice bucket there. He was not taking no for an answer. Dillingham flipping that up and in. Rob Dillingham, the 1 year Kentucky, the 8th pick in 2024. Post, an open three. QP started slowly, but now 4 made threes. Kajemski to a cutting Moody. There you go. Brandon was going to have to take a tough floater. Moses cut to make himself available at the right time. Naz Reid. It never ends. He's got 17, his 3rd made three. Kajemski lost his footing. DiVincenzo in on Moody, and Reid just missed the layup. But Gobert there to clean it up. Dillingham with the quickness right to the rim. That's where he wants to get. That's Spencer setting up post to work on Gobert, but a little strong off glass, and Naz Reid full head of steam. Shannon gets his ticket for them. Post game, I don't want to hear anything about Minnesota's defense because the Warriors were 26 of 43 on twos. Like that 27 of 44. That's better than 60% on twos tonight. And Moody missing from the baseline. Butler with the rebound. Curry catch and shoot three. Got it! A little more knee bend on that one. Got his legs into it. Make him call timeout. Looking out of Randall's hand smartly. Moody for three. Got it! Now it's Randall time. Hiding behind Gobert. Lobbing it to the big man. I told you, no one on their team assists to Gobert more than Julius Randle. Daniel to Gobert. And dunking it down. What a pretty play there by Minnesota. There's 2 guys on Randall, and you do force the turnover. You made Randall give it up, and he threw it away. Moody running it back. Curry's wide open for 3. DiVincenzo there. Gobert there. Steph 3. Good! The lean in, drop off to McDaniel, and he flips it up and tipped up and in by Gobert. Butler to Steph, and McDaniel's right in his airspace. Steph, step back 3. Good! And the Dubs have come from 12 down. Moody knocks it away. Moody is given a gift. Nice read, saved it right back to him, and he laid it in. The Dubs are 7-3 at home. DiVincenzo ties it up. DiVincenzo cycling to McDaniel. Shot clock at 5. McDaniel's wheeling into Gobert. Gobert is 6 for 6 in the fourth. Hiding behind post. Two men jump at Steph. Quick shot 3, rimming it out, and Gobert the rebound. Shot clock at 9. DiVincenzo for 3, got it. And that's why you think about fouling Gobert when he had it. This is going to be a disappointing game for the Dubs. Curry down the lane, he's got 39. But Minnesota...
Now, Don Vincenzo has been in Golden State, so he knows the daggers. So those two daggers by Donny DiVincenzo, I don't know why I'm failing to pronounce his name. He knew that they would come in handy, and indeed you saw when Steph Curry went off in the fourth, DiVincenzo responded with his own 2 threes. So that evened them out, and those two daggers, the 6 points from DiVincenzo, were the ones that did them in, and clearly. But it was a thriller, a return of Steph Curry, and you could see everyone in the stadium was hyper when Steph Curry made those final shots, but it just wasn't enough. The game ended 127 to 120. Minnesota Timberwolves taking this one home. All right, now a look at tonight's games. They're just going to be 2 games. That's New York Knicks that will be taking on Orlando Magic. These are the, what is it called? The Emirates NBA Cup games. This is the semi-finals. So the winner of these will go into the final. Now you can clearly see, unless if there's some sort of, because there was talk that Wembanyama would be available for this one. Let's hope he will be, so that they can push OKC. Most definitely not supporting OKC. They are winning too much, so it's just me. I hope they lose. Yeah, so I will be supporting San Antonio Spurs to go through. Then the other one is a toss-up. Whoever goes through, I don't really care, as long as OKC does not go to the final of the Emirates Cup. But yeah, those are the 2 games. New York Knicks taking on Orlando Magic. San Antonio Spurs taking on Oklahoma City Thunders. So who am I going with? I'm not going to make any transfers, to be quite honest, because I don't want to take any hits. So I only have AJ Mitchell that will be playing. The rest are most definitely going to be below average in this game, with just a single player playing for me. And yeah, did I use a chip? No. I'll only use that chip to return to the squad that I had earlier on. Alright, so that concludes game week 8, game day 6. That's the squad that will be playing tonight. Alright, so who are the players of the week? Just look at them. That is Jalen Johnson. From the front court, as ATL Atlanta Hawks took on Detroit Pistons. They ended up losing that game 115 to 142. But Jalen Johnson put in the time and the work, dropping 19 points, 11 rebounds, 12 assists. That's a triple-double, 0 blocks, 2 steals, and 60 fantasy points, which he actually stayed on the same averages, which is 23.4 points per game, 10.5 rebounds per game, and 7.9 assists per game. So whereas in the backcourt, and actually was, oh sorry, this is the wrong one. In the front court was Jalen Johnson, but in the backcourt is Keontae George of Utah Jazz. They managed to beat Memphis Grizzlies on the return of Ja Morant, 130 to 126. Memphis Grizzlies are right there. He managed to score 39 points in the game, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 0 blocks, 2 steals, 67 fantasy points for Keontae George, as you can see right there. and his averages stand at 22.2 points per game, 3.9 rebounds per game, 6.7 assists per game for Keontae George in that game. All right, guys, so that concludes our game day 6 preparations, and also a look at what transpired in game day 5. So all the best, guys. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the like button. Let me know. Otherwise, guys, peace out until next time.